You have to, it's a good mindset to have. This might go great. This might be so unbelievably awful, and I'm gonna, cry about it later. But in the middle of your workout, don't dwell on anything because it makes you go slow. Don't think when you work out. We talked about nutrition. When you're doing something that's not feeling right, a quick fix will help. But just remember that's just a quick fix. So if your burpees aren't working to kick your feet in and out, a step up and down is going to be perfectly fine. But know that why you can't sustain the kicking your feet in and out might mean you need to work on some endurance. Okay? So when you're looking at stuff, you're like, oh, I totally killed that burpee snatch awfulness at the open WOD. You're like, but I stepped in and out. Was that losing me some time? Maybe. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to step in and out on burpees all the time. Okay? You need to kind of reassess, be like, that worked, but how can I make myself better? Increase your burpee endurance. 100 burpees per time. It helps, right? So try not to always go for the quick fix, but in a competition, in a workout, you want to do things as fast and as efficiently as possible and just get it done, and that's okay too. Your kettlebell swings, and we'll talk about a few things. I know you guys are doing tire flips tomorrow. I'm going to touch on that a little bit. Kettlebell swings, the traditional kettlebell swing where you're popping it up, going around and through. This is fine, and that's exactly how we teach it. It's great. You know that there's a more efficient way of doing a kettlebell swing. Yeah, you can actually snatch the kettlebell swing. It's a swing. You're pulling it up after you use all of your hips, and you're shortening that trajectory and punching it up, and then guess what? You're pulling it straight back down. You're changing the kettlebell swing to make it more efficient, and that's good. You might not want to train that way all the time, but you have another tool in your arsenal that you're going to be able to use. If I have to do 150 kettlebell swings per time, yes, I've done it, you might switch them up, go back and forth. This long swing is very fast intensive. So you might change it so that the kettlebell's going more straight up and down. That uses a little bit more hip power and arms, so you might switch it up a little bit more. But you guys need to start learning other ways of doing things. A lot of people do tire flips wrong, or less efficient. I can't say you're wrong. Most people get their toes up against this tire and then get right underneath it and try to flip it. Okay, what direction do we want the tire to go? Forward, right? So why not step back a little bit, get down and lean into it in the direction that you're trying to go, right? Put your body weight behind it, and once you get it up enough, use your knee and throw it over, rather than trying to lift it all the way up and then go over. Think about that if you do tire flips maybe tomorrow. It will help get that body weight behind the tire and really push through the tire. It'll help a lot. I love tire flips. They're fun, especially when you learn how to use your body. Efficiency of movement is true. The more efficient you are in the movement, the easier the movement becomes. If you don't like wall ball, you're probably not being very efficient. Okay? Wall ball is one of those things where if you learn how to rest right, it's not that bad. If you put the wall ball down on the ground every time you rest, guess what? You have to pick that up. And now it becomes more work. I'm tall, so I'm very fortunate that that wall ball can sit in my stomach, and I can lean over and pitch it through my legs and my stomach, and I can rest like this. There's people, I told everyone at the gym, you cannot put that wall ball down, you're going to save a lot of time. Makes sense, right? So a lot of people put the wall ball on their stomach and literally lean against the wall and just hang out there and like, oh. But it helps. That little stuff, you gotta start thinking outside the box. What's gonna help you move better? You know, burpees, doing the step by step is really great. You know what else is great? Falling. Way more, it's faster, right? And especially in competition, you gotta move as efficiently as possible. You've got to move as fast as possible. The fastest person wins. It's absolutely true, right? So you want to do it. Now, I don't say cheat, and when I say cheat, you don't want to shorten the reps outside of the standards, but you want to skirt the line, right? Clean and jerks, that fast rebound off the shoulder. You know, you don't need to hold it here when you're doing a clean and jerk. If you have enough strength, get off the shoulder and use your rebound to go straight up. That's an easy one, right? When they say power cleans, elbow has to pass through the bar path, right? You have to get your elbows all the way through. No one ever says you have to go all the way through, right? Kristen Clever noted this the other day, how great I am at power cleans and skirting the standard. Okay, I'm not cheating, I'm passing my elbow through the range of motion, I get my hips up, and then I'm straight back down. Okay? You don't want to wait for the judge to call no rep. If they do call no rep, change it. But don't expect that you're going to get a no rep. Try to figure out how to move as fast as possible with the standards, and then stay there. Okay? Don't cheat. Skirt. He's like, why is she telling us people in my competition? You know, with box jumps, rest on top. I'm sure you guys have heard that, right? Don't rest on the bottom, rest on the top. First of all, who wants to stand on top of a stage and be the only one standing there? You'll move faster. But then you can rebound right off the ground. You gotta remember some of this stuff so that you can make it easier for you, right? You gotta learn if in a box jump, if stepping up and stepping down is faster than the rapid fire jumping off. If you've never done that test, do 15 burpees and then 15 box jumps and try to do only hop ups and hop downs. Rest for 2 minutes and time both of them. And the next time, do 15 more burpees and then do a jump up, step down. See which one's faster. Okay? It's not faster for everybody to do it one way. You know, I have people in my classes. Some of them can jump up and step down faster than those who can jump up, jump down. I like jump up, jump down. It's faster for me. For me to pass through this range of motion on my leg, it's just too slow. Some people can step down super fast. You got to figure out what works for you. So always try. If it doesn't feel right, or if it feels a little bit slower, maybe there's another way of doing it. And that's what you got to figure out. You know, Katie and I figured out real fast, if we have to do any type of squat clean against Kristen Clever, we got to shorten it. We might not, if it's light enough, we might not use our hips. We might get the full range of motion. We might not. You know why? Because Chris is this tall, we're this tall, and so if we need to beat her down to the bottom, we might short that range of motion in the hip, right? We're not cheating, we're just not using our hips to its full capacity. And that's okay. It keeps the speed. So you have to look at other, you know, if you're competing against somebody else, you might have to figure that out. If it's light enough. If it's not light enough, you got to use your hips anyways. Right, but those are things to think about. You can stay in your landing stance on a clean that's light enough, and then as you stand back up, you might be able to clean in that same stance, and you don't have to move your feet. Those are things to think about. Everyone's like, are you done? I don't want to bore you. I hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. If you guys want to talk more, we can. There's a reason why I do CrossFit still. It challenges me. If all the sponsors, all the goodness went away, I'd still be doing CrossFit. I think CrossFit is an amazing, amazing sport. It challenges me every day. and it makes me strive to beat my potential. Like, I know that there's more in here that I can get out. I can be better than I am today, and that excites me. And I also think that it's what makes our character better, right? We become better people, happier people because of CrossFit. You know, if I can't CrossFit because I'm sick, I'm just so relieved to get back in the gym and train after once I get better. It just makes me feel happy. You know, exercise has endorphins, get those things pumping. Choose to be happy, and you know, don't dwell on the bad stuff with CrossFit. Make it a happy part of your life. Make it extremely good. I compete because it makes me happy. I like the feeling I get. And that's why I encourage you to do a competition. I know most of you are doing a competition on Sunday, and I think that's outstanding. And you might be doing it with, I think it's only team, so you guys are doing a team thing, but I encourage you to do something individual. Try to compete as an individual, because you will learn so much about yourself. Go into it having fun. Don't take it too serious. This shit is not serious. It's fun. And keep it that way. But if you want to be a better athlete, compete. And really, really analyze what you can do better. If you need a better engine, go run that 5K. I think there's a theme to my speech. Run 5Ks. But learn about yourself as an athlete. It will take you to a next level. I promise you that. And just have fun. That's it. I'll be sticking around if you guys have any questions. We can chat. We'll be working out in probably like an hour. I'm gonna go have one of those shakes out there. Have you guys seen those things? They look amazing. So I'm gonna be having one of those too. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed
I think it's early. I think it's early. But I think it's a lot. Yeah.